So today's Living Legacy podcast episode is another exciting one because it's an in-person interview. Shoot, what do I think? Oh my God. Okay. So this is another one of my very close friends. We've known each other since high school, and we're going to talk about exactly how we met because I feel like to this day it's still a funny story. But she currently works at the YMCA in Broward County, Florida, and she is a South Florida native, just like me. And she is very involved in the community, but she's also involved in the minority community as well, which I feel is very important. And we just also love to travel together. So our first trip that we took together was to Jamaica, and that was the first girl trip. And ironically, you may see a purple wristband. She actually came up to be with me at my conference in Memphis. So we kind of thought I got to travel to Memphis together. So without further ado, hi Whitney.
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
Of course, I had to support my bestie.
I know. We had to get. We were like, we gotta do this.
Yeah, we should do this.
We were putting it off though.
Yeah.
Because we got so much going on.
So much going on. It's really easy to kind of get wrapped up into how busy your life is and forgetting about everything else. But I think this year, one of my priorities has been making sure that I upkeep my relationships.
Friendship.
Yes.
That's what this episode is going to be about, all about friendship. Because not everyone has that genuine friendship that can last almost 10 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So how did we meet? Let me see what your side of the story is.
So I was a really good child in high school. Throughout my entire school year, I was a really good child. I didn't do any senior skip days. I didn't skip. The only thing that I did was like maybe show up late every single day to class, but I never like played hooky or anything like that. So this one day, I was like, oh, let me just go to Miss Henry, our school guidance counselor. Let me just go to her office. Because I know other kids who did that, and they hung out at her office or whatever. I'm like, let me just be that kid for once. I just want to try it out. So I get there, and that wasn't happening because Zakira was there. And Miss Henry was like, oh, you guys are going to the same class, right? Can you escort Zakira there and introduce her? And I'm like,
So that's what your facial expression. Your facial expression was like, I really don't want you. I didn't expect it.
Did you see that? Oh my God, I thought I was hiding that. But yeah, it wasn't necessarily you. It was just that I wanted to play hooky. I didn't want to be in class, but okay, now I have to go back to class, which is whatever. Yeah, that's so funny.
But that was like, she was literally the first and ended up being the best friend that I had at that school. This was my second in high school. So remember, if you listen to previous episodes, I grew up in Tampa. I started high school in Tampa and then finished high school in Florida. And I moved back home for medical purposes. So yeah, you were my first friend. And then we just, well, how many classes did we actually have together that first year?
I don't know if we had any classes together.
Right.
I don't know, like, this is the part where I'm like, how did we really become friends? Because I remember, because I'm the kind of person where I wasn't really like the most popular person. I was kind of a floater, and I was always aware and mindful of people who didn't really have a social circle or whatever. And so being that I knew she was new, you came in like mid-year. I checked in on you once when I saw you in the hall, and I was like, oh, hey, like, how's it going? You were like, remind me of your name again. And I'm like, oh, it's like that. But it was okay, because I was the first person that you met, and that was, I think, weeks later when I actually caught up with you. And actually, I think what happened was you hung out with a lot of the other black girls in our high school. And
Tried to. I'll say that.
We're not going to spill no tea today. But I kind of knew those girls too, so I guess that's kind of how it kind of happened.
Yeah, maybe at lunch. Maybe we did see each other at lunch a bit.
Yeah, but even still, I never hung out with them that often. So
No.
I'm so confused as to how.
But then, yeah, I don't know about that first year, but definitely, when did I start? Because definitely when it came time for Key Club. Somehow, someway.
But why did you feel comfortable asking me to be a part of Key Club?
Maybe
Like,
because
were
you
you
were
a
my
part of
first
Shade?
No, you were involved in that
Shade.
other club.
Yeah, I was vice president for Cheers and president of Shade.
And maybe that's why I was like, okay, she got leadership abilities. I need someone with leadership abilities if I want to start the club. Because I had to start the chapter of Key Club. But
And
when
still
did,
with strong hands.
but when did we have to decide our tech programs?
junior, well, the end of sophomore year we had to decide.
So maybe that too, we realized that we were going to be coming together. You were in the graphic program directly across from the high school. Yeah, but anyway, okay, so Key Club is when we really did kind of hit and miss.
Well, I wouldn't say it was a hit and miss because even then we were still pretty tight. Like we still maintained communication and we talked a lot. The miss part that you're picking up on is the lack of communication. But I feel like
every friendship, every relationship.
Exactly, has to go through like a storming period.
But it was high school, like what do we know? We had to be like, it was a blessing in disguise that the Key Club worked out, but it was a whirlwind because it worked out so well so quickly.
So quickly, yeah.
So we literally got married. We should have joined the Key Club, president and vice president, because we had to communicate to each other all the time, even when we didn't want to, even when we had a bad day at home.
Yeah.
Even when we didn't feel like it, because our mental health is off out of whack.
Yeah.
So, cool. Okay, so then, I don't know, I feel like we need to go in order of our story. This is 10 years. Alright, so.
Right? But there's one key conversation that I want to hit on. So there was the point of contention between us with Key Club, you know, where it was a breakdown in communication, and it's so cute. Like looking back, it's so cute how we had that conflict. Because it was about a high school club and like getting stuff done in this high school club, and meanwhile I'm dealing with like, you know what I mean, like actual community stuff. But anyway, so that was like one key point in our friendship. And then the other key point was there was one time that I remember very vividly where you were like, hey, can you talk real quick? This was like during our tech class at the end of the day. So like half the day was spent in regular classes, and the other half of the day was at tech classes.
Because just to rewind for those who do not go to or never heard of technical school, you get your high school diploma because you could take your regular classes and you like whatever, and then the second half you also get a certification in whatever program you do.
Exactly. I think it was also math school too. McFatter. No fusions. It's a different mascot now. But anyways, so we were across the hall from each other. She's like, hey, can you talk? And so I was like, yeah, I can talk. And Mr. Fitchett, my teacher, he was like, so whatever. We just really do whatever we wanted. I don't even know how. Whatever. But we came outside the building, and you just like talked to me about like everything you were going through with your friend group and what you went through in your life and like all the insecurities that you had. And I remember in that moment I was like, this is like real friendship. Like this is what happens. Like this is what I need to really build a connection with someone. Because so often in high school, like you should share the same experience as me, I didn't really feel like I was building real connections with people. I didn't really feel like people really truly cared about me. It was more like a passive, like, oh, Whitney's there, or indifferent. But I never really felt wanted truly. And there's a whole bunch of situations that happened that, you know, contributed to that. But that moment was like, this is like a real authentic connection.
See, that makes it so funny though. I don't even remember that.
Really?
So, yeah, I
that
really
was so like
for me. I think for me, the moment of true bonding where I felt like this friendship could last was DCOM, District Convention for Key Club, because that's like a trip away from home, a field trip on our own. We had to raise money for that, and then we ended up being like hotel roommates. So, like I always had like a lot of sleepovers growing up. So for me, my love language is quality time. To the fact that we got to share a hotel room, I think that kind of like triggered.
I think we shared a bed.
Did we? That was
the first time I think we shared a bed.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, because we had 5 people in that room.
Oh.
So yeah, we shared a bed the first time. The second year we didn't share a bed. So yeah, even that closeness is like you have to.
Because at first we were like, oh no.
Because we're both like,
yeah.
But if I could do anyone at the trip, it would be her.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And then let's see, after Key Club, after high school, we kept in touch. I moved away to Washington D.C. to continue photography. And then we met up again.
Yeah.
To Jamaica.
So I want to highlight like the part when you went away a little bit because I am so used to long distance friendships. So when she moved away, it wasn't a situation to where I felt any pressure like, oh, I'm not going to be able to be friends with her. Especially in this age of technology with social media and everything, it's really easy to be able to connect. So it was more of a minor annoyance for me. because I'm just so used to having long distance relationships and friendships and stuff. So yeah. Anyways, moving on. Jamaica.
No,
So what happened with Jamaica?
Yeah. Because we hadn't seen each other in a while.
Yes.
Then we finally saw each other in Jamaica. We
I
were
was
for Lauderdale at the airport.
I was having a rough time in life, and I had like a little bit of money from like grants and stuff in college, which you're not supposed to use on, but whatever. I was young, so I used it on travel. And I was like, "Do you want to go to Jamaica with me?" And you're like, "Yeah." So just went to Jamaica for a weekend.
But it was you also just found out about the boutique hotel.
Yes, it was like a new and then girl in Jamaica.
So that was cool. That was our first girls trip. Technically my first girl trip too. Because I mean I've done it was my
I think
first.
we went to Puerto Rico one time
Before,
too.
I think it was after you.
Oh, okay.
I remember correctly, it was after. Because I was with some
Gotcha.
when I went to Puerto Rico.
Okay.
So before that, I didn't even know who he was. Well, I mean, we were in touch, but he was in Puerto. Anyway, so we had our first girl trip together, which was great. And then, okay. So what do you think helped us to define? Because for me, I feel like longevity defines friendship sometimes. But what also do you think helps you define what you consider a best friend?
This is actually a question that I had to think about a lot recently. 2013 was like arguably the worst year of my life for a multitude of reasons. One of those reasons being one of my best long quality friends actually passed away. His name was Eric. And he was someone that I first considered a best friend, because I didn't even consider you a best friend at the time, right? So, that's interesting. But he was a person that I felt like, oh my gosh, anyone's a best friend, it's him. Like, he actually makes me feel like I'm wanted, and all these things that I need to feel kind of complete in that. And so when he passed, my longest friendship was gone. And so then I had to refigure, like, who's my best friend now? Do I have a best friend? Those questions came to mind. And so I had some people that fit the mold, and over time I, kind of assimilated them into the role of best friend. But with you, I feel like what made us become best friends was throughout the years we would always talk. Like, so to me it wasn't so much longevity, but like the quality of our conversation we would have. Like, I could tell you any and everything. Like, if I'm distressed, it's past midnight, I know I can message you, you're probably gonna be awake, and you're like gonna lend me an ear and talk to me about it. And that's something like you can't really like replace that. Like, you can't really beat that, and like you have the history to where you know how to talk to me and all these things. So I think that's how I would answer that question now. And of course now we have that longevity, so I can really say like it's almost been a decade. So this is like one of my best friends.
Yeah. I think for me, I have trust issues, which is probably one of the issues I'm probably very sensitive about. So, like for me, not like if I know that you've been around, but you've been around for a long time, but you've been around through thick and thin, but you've also been non-judgmental. Because I think it's so easy for me to be judgmental. That's why nobody understood me in high school. And so I feel like trust was a big thing for me. So the moment I knew that I could come to you with my relationship issues, with my issues with my parents and stuff, that's when I knew like, okay, I can literally throw my drama at her, and it's not like a week later you go ghost on me, or it wasn't anything like that. So I think for me also, no matter not feeding into my trust issue, but like helping me, that makes sense. So
and that's what was so impactful for me about that conversation you had when you called me out in high school, because I was like, because you also said like, I heard that I have to just learn how to trust people and just open up, so I'm going to do that right now if that's okay. And I was like, that's so okay, that's all I've ever wanted. Internally, but externally I was like, yeah, sure, just tell me everything. So yeah, it's interesting.
Alright, so what do you do now?
How do I even want to answer this question?
Okay, no, rewind. Maybe it can be a two-part. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
So, what do I do now? Where I see myself in 5 years?
Yeah.
So, what do I do now? Currently, after I got my bachelor's in psychology honors from the Florida Atlantic University, I manifested for myself that I would get into a graduate degree program focusing on community psychology in particular. And I also manifested that I would get a job in the field immediately after graduating in the same community that inspired me to get this degree. So I got both at the same time, which was a lot, and we're not going to talk about that in this podcast. But, so that's where I work. I work in the community of Sichuan, which is in the heart of Fort Lauderdale. It's
like the heart of the African American.
Pretty much. It's a historically African American community or a black community. While I physically work there, the work that I do is all over Broward County, particularly addressing the health concerns of disenfranchised groups in the county. So that could be black people, or it could be people who, mostly use Medicare, Medicaid, or live in low-income housing, don't have access to resources or good transportation, maybe live in a food desert, things like that. So the whole point of the job is to kind of connect them and empower them with resources that can help them be better self-managers of their health, basically.
Now, rewind a little bit. You did tell me that one of our little pillow talks, but you did tell me that had it not been for me kind of recruiting you as the vice president for Key Club, this would not have shaped your life. It would have shaped you differently.
Right, exactly. So there's certain key moments in my life where I know that if this didn't happen, I wouldn't have this, and I wouldn't have this, and I wouldn't have this. So one of those is in middle school, this teacher was like, you should go to McFatter. She was super gifted. You guys need to put her in McFatter, or go outside of this area or whatever. And so I stopped at McFatter, and then when I met you, I was already in shape, so I was already doing kind of philanthropic work, community work, but with Secura, I kind of really got to do the ground up, because shape was a little bit more structured in the way that we operated, so it was a little, I guess I could say easier to manage, though it was still a lot of work. But Key Club was a lot more work because we had to build up the people to do the work and do the volunteers. Right, which is hard for two black girls that aren't popular at all. We're really
even minority between minority and for a lot of us. I mean, Key Club is an international organization now, so we were just a chapter, and we had to fight. We had to do a lot of fighting.
Yeah, we shed a lot of tears, in the beginning when we were first kind of getting inducted into the Key Club Kiwanis family. I remember the first what was it? Was it graduation or what was it?
It's an induction.
Induction. It was an induction ceremony. And we I literally cried, and I'm like, thank you so much for that. I could just feel how special it was that I was a part of this club and what we were doing. And so I went to Decon that junior year, and the following year I was like, woo, grad badge. I don't care about these people anyway, they don't care about me.
It's the same, every senior in high school, I hope they still do it, but every senior in high school, right after prom, was it?
It's before prom.
Okay, before prom, you get almost the first taste of independence for a lot of people.
Okay. I don't care about those people, they don't care about me. I want to go to Decon because that's gonna really impact my life.
But wait, just so people know, I don't even know if they still do it now. Right before prom, you get to have a taste of independence and go take a trip to, for Florida at least. Everybody wants to go to Disney, Orlando
or Universal.
But it was all in the same area. It's just we chose to not party in 1999, but party with other community youth.
Yes, and other people who were interested in the things that we were interested in. And so I made that decision, and I told you how much I appreciate you getting me into all of that, because that kind of gave me a taste of, if I didn't have that experience, maybe I wouldn't have thought, ooh, community work, when I got into the Sichuan community initially, just being an intern working, maybe that wouldn't have happened, or maybe I wouldn't have, but also the leadership qualities that I gained from Key Club stayed with me throughout college, and so I did, a lot of things in college and had leadership positions in other big organizations kind of similar to Key Club as far as scope. So it definitely shaped my experience, this friendship, and I guess that's also why I can consider you a best friend, because You're not just there for me to socialize with or to party with or drink with or anything kind of frivolous like that, but you actually kind of enhance my life. You know, you have enhanced my life.
And that is definitely important, because I will say, like, I appreciate being told when I have impact on you, because it's like, I'm doing this stuff, you know, sure it feels good to me, but it's like, am I even helping everyone? Because it's between my love language of words of affirmation and then my Enneagram, I learned at number 2, which is helpful. So I gotta take this out. But anyway, between that,
like past 7.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So we'll figure it out.
Yeah, anyway, so between that, it was like, okay, how do I know that I'm even, like, how do I know that I'm being fed? You know, I'm doing all this feeding, how do I know that I'm being fed? So I love those moments where you can tell me after that, you know, feed the vet chip.
Yeah. And you take me to my first concert, too, the Chris
Oh,
Brown
first,
concert.
our first trip out the country. First
Was
concert.
actually with you, you're right. The Jamaican trip was with you. First
concert with Chris Brown, and then Bow Wow was there,
Tiger was there,
T-Pain, and who else?
Yeah, I enjoyed that whole show. Like, I think I actually cried during one part. I think the song was No Air.
Oh,
that song.
I cried during All Back, because that album Fame, that was my favorite. I wanted All Back, and I don't know, it was like, I don't know what I was thinking of, but I wanted something all back, and I was just like, yeah, I want it back. But anyway, there's always something like that about confidence.
Anyways, off topic. Back to our friendship.
That's how we do. That's how we do. Okay.
What were we talking about?
And so now that's what you do. That's how you got into it. That's what you do now. But what are you going to do in 5 years?
So, very interesting question. Because I've done a lot of soul searching this year. I'm coming out of a depression that could have been. That wasn't diagnosed, that's what I'm saying could have been. I feel like I definitely had minor or major depressive disorder, like I would have been diagnosed for either of those things. But last year was really, really rough for me. I was overworking myself, doing this graduate program at the same time that I'm working more than 40 hours a week at my job, and I was kind of just running on fumes really. And I was like, going into this year, it has to be different. I have to do different things. I started getting my nails done. This is like, what? Last year I would have been like, no, I'm not doing my nails done. It's like stupid. I don't even do my makeup, let alone get my nails done. But anyway.
Well, I don't either, but I had, like, anyway, yeah.
Yeah, but I just decided to do things kind of different.
Where are you going to be in 5 years?
Right, so during my soul searching, I realized that I have neglected myself last year. I just focused on this job, and the job wasn't feeding me. It wasn't feeding my soul the way I wanted to be fed, and so I had to really think about what is going to feed me, what is going to like kind of give me purpose. And then I remembered, oh, you've been working on this book, this book series since 2012. Why did you stop doing that? And I stopped doing that because of this job, because it was just so busy, and I would just come home and just pass out because I was just so tired. You know, I could barely eat sometimes. You know. So in 5 years, I'm pretty sure what I want to do. I want to be working in the community with, like, you know, our demographic as much as I can. But I think I want to be a best-selling author and impact people through my storytelling instead. I'm a Virgo, which is like really practical. So I feel like that Virgo side kind of lends itself to the community work that I do.
But I also think of Beyonce.
Right, Beyonce. Love her. But my moon, so that's my sun sign, right? And I'm going to teach kind of some zodiac stuff in here. My moon sign is Pisces, which is literally the opposite of Virgo. So Pisces is more creative, it's more intuitive, it's more flowy, watery, sensitive. And so I feel like my moon sign has kind of been like coming out, my inner Pisces nature been coming out, and I just want to be creative. I want to, you know, manifest all of the crazy ideas that I have in my head for stories, and I want to work in that now. And so it's kind of been a challenge kind of figuring out how I'm going to adjust from doing this practical work that I'm doing to this more unknown territory creative field, which I didn't see like 5 years ago, I didn't see myself thinking that I was going to be, you know, not doing community psychology or community work, period, you know, or doing something else. Like I never I don't know. So yeah, that's my long-winded, complicated answer to that.
Okay, okay. Now, if we want to find out more about you, where can we find you on the web?
Well, I have an Instagram. I have a Facebook too, but I don't really go on there often. So my Instagram is Nationally Wit, NaturallyWit, because it's a nickname, and a nickname doesn't have to have a silent letter in it. So yeah, it's WIT, not WHIT.
Cool.
Like that.
Cool. Cool. Well, I look forward to seeing you on Instagram, and thank you for coming up to my conference. Another level, another definition of friendship.
Yes, I have to support you. You supported me. Like, you're the reason I'm here in my life right now. Like, what? So of course I'm gonna come and support you.
Well, thank you.